Hey everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you some usage for my new product, the HDR Pro Sets Urban Recreation for Dad Studio. You can see I just have a basic character in here right now. Everything is default. I have no lighting in here yet. All of the shaders are default, and this looks just like it would if you were to have just loaded it in without anything else. So I'm showing you what this looks like right now so I can compare it to what we're doing later. We'll do that now so we can get along with this. Let me get the camera zoomed out a bit more so we can show you the background here in a second. We'll go to our content library, and I have it in Scenes, Dimension Theory, HDR Pro Sets, and then Urban Recreation. You can see I have my 6 presets here, and I go ahead and load the baseball one. Now, I had already had these in my scenes before, so the textures were already loaded. It won't usually load that fast because it has to cache the textures and that sort of thing. But this is basically what you're doing. And you can see the ground plane right there is actually the shadow catcher. If you want to, you can disable the visibility and have better placement of your character, be able to see where he's actually at on the ground. But you have to remember to turn it back on before you do the actual render, or it won't cast any shadows onto the ground. I'll show you what that looks like right here. I actually have these renders sped up by a factor of 10, so you don't have to worry about waiting. You can see there's no shadows there. Each one of these renders takes about 30 seconds in real time, but I sped them up for you. Once we get the shadow catcher turned back on, we have those nice shadows being cast onto the ground in that really realistic fashion right there. And go ahead and turn that back off so we can see where we're going and show you the other side of this so you can get that universal aspect shown to you a little bit. You can do any angle that you want, and the lighting and shadows will work accordingly. We'll see that here. Have them coming from a different direction and being lit from the back. Looks quite nice like that. I think what we'll do now is I will load another preset here. What you want to do is select all that was loaded before and just hit delete. That'll clear everything out. And go back and load a different one. I'm going to do the quartz this time. See, this one's loading quite a bit slower because the texture wasn't loaded already. And you can see this one's quite a bit different. It's by a group of tennis courts in a grassy area. We'll disable our shadow catcher again so we can place them a little bit easier. And do look around here for a bit and do an angle like that. It's a nice just basic angle. Turn our shadow catcher back on and do a render here. And something I want to show you is you might not want the light to be going in the direction it is for your scene. So I'm going to show you how to move your scene around. What we're going to do is create a null object to parent our scene under and just do the default settings. You can see it creates a little object there for us to group. I'm going to select the camera and Genesis, but I'm not going to select the clothes because they're parented to Genesis already. They're going to follow him anywhere. So I parented the camera and Genesis underneath that null figure, and now I can rotate that null figure to rotate the whole scene around and change the direction of the lighting and where the background is in relation to what's going on. The reason we do this instead of actually moving the background like I have in previous sets is because I ran into some issues with Uber environment getting distorted with some movement, so I think this is a much better way to do it. But I'm going to show you one more thing before we go. Load up this park bench preset. Something you have to keep in mind is the placement of your characters and your objects in the scene can affect the scale of them, and this is an illusion, but it's a very real illusion that affects the overall aspects of your image. We'll show you this right here, how he looks normal sized when he's standing in the grass on this part of the map. He looks like a full grown man of average size. But when we rotate the map around to show a different portion of it and place him somewhere else, you can see we have this picnic table here. Once you get him onto that picnic table, his size appears to change instantaneously. So now he appears to be maybe 6 inches tall instead of 6 feet tall. We didn't actually move him around or scale him differently. We just put him onto a different part of the image. Well, it's something to think about. I hope you enjoy this set, and look forward to more coming out soon. Thank you.